Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much if you stuck around from Minecraft. Welcome to today's Elden Ring stream, where we have finished, at last, our All Bosses playthrough with the Battle Axe, so we get to move on to a brand new one. This is going to be our fresh run with the Battle Hammer, for which we're going to be a hero again. And this time, I've created an appearance preset. This is MC Hammer, my friends. I mean, I sort of vaguely know what the guy looks like from Google image search, and this is as good as we could get. So, MC Hammer. We're going to try and find him some baggy pants. In the meantime, we're going to get started as a hero and have a bit of a victory lap for the Battle Axe right here at the beginning. We're going to start with our usual kind of speedrunny approach. We're going to go and kill Grail and fight Margit, and we're going to get hold of the Battle Hammer from Lanedale. So we need to get into Lanedale first, which means we need to beat 2 Shard Bearers and Draconic Tree Sentinel. So we're going to do that with a substitute hammer, because he can't be called MC Hammer if he doesn't have a hammer. Anyway, I'm talking over the bouncy ball, but yeah, we got some plans for this one already.
Across the fog, the lands between.
And yes, the bop hammer is definitely the emote for this run.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring.
So here's a fun question. Did Ranni ever have a shard of the Elden Ring?
The mad taint of their newfound strength
I don't think she did.
triggered the shattering.
Or if she did, she's still got it somewhere. Or gave it away with her mortal flesh, but then
A war
I don't think she canonically does.
no lord arose.
You never get to fight her for it anyway.
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Because Rennala had it, wasn't passed down yet. Makes sense. I just think it's funny that, like, her
Rise
picture
now,
comes up over the
ye tarnished.
Marika's offspring demigods all claim the shards of the Elden Ring, and they show the one person who doesn't.
The call of long lost grace speaks to us all.
Everybody sing along.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion,
Got her ending last time.
the loathsome dung-eater,
Boo!
and Sir Gideon Ofnir,
Also boo!
the all-knowing.
Do 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 do. And one other. I think she rejected it in favor of the Astral. Yeah, she's like, who needs shards of the Elden Ring when I have the Dark Moon?
Bless. A tarnished of no renown.
Loathsome poop emoji eater.
Cross the fog.
I think you'll find MC Hammer has plenty of renown, thank you very much.
between.
Why is Gideon shown there when he doesn't have a shard? Well, I mean, neither do Horalu, Fear.
The Elden Ring.
Like, those are all of the tarnished who are guided by grace or whatever. That's the whole
and become the
whole
Elden
montage
Lord.
there. Fear, Dung Eater, Gold Mask. I mean, Horaloo is technically guided by Grace, but he's already part of proceedings. Anyway, we're doing our usual setup. Like I said, a bit of a last hurrah for the battle axe. I think we're going to attempt to fight Margit before we do Grail, but if I don't win on the first attempt, I'm just going to go and level up. But I have a couple of strats for fighting Margit that might pay off. Either way, we get to this rock, we leap. Fight starts, we're already dead. Good times, good times. And we're in. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm going to make a beeline for Margit's tunnel because the brick hammer in Stormvale is very easy to get hold of. We just need to be able to beat the banished knight in the room that has the rusty key. Which is pretty easy to do if you've beaten Margit already. But beating Margit's the hard part, so... We are still on the bees. And it is Chopping Thursday. I don't know why MC Hammer has a blindfold, by the way. I just never get to use, like, the blindfolds and stuff very often, so I thought it was kind of cool. FromSoft never conceived of people who'd like to fight Rani. I mean, I can see why. Let's talk to Varre. I can never remember if this is actually essential for the quest or not. It's just force of habit.
Lummy, are you familiar? You may also that. It will lead, even if it. Great. To castle, the home. It's a castle. If you.
All right, bye. 3-point landing. You can tell it's a hero. So we're going to do a very minimal amount of setup here. We'll grab this. We'll grab this Grace. We might as well buy the crafting kit and a handful of arrows. So we'll need them later. But our goal for today, normally we'd want to get to Mogwin Palace to do some leveling. We might do that if we can manage it, but the goal for today is really just to get to the point where we can farm the weapon. And hopefully we can acquire it on stream, but it does involve getting into Lanedale, so we do still need to do at least 2 boss fights. I was actually kind of tempted to do the Bloodhound's Fang speedrun route just to fight Godrick and Radagon and then fight Mohg, because that would mean we could get into the DLC for the 2-handed talisman. But I don't really want to start with Bloodhound's Fang when I want more experience with the hammer. So I'm going to get the brick hammer and we'll use that. And if we end up getting the 2-handed talisman later, then sure, we can do it that way. But we'll get our root resin and everything. We'll prepare to do the usual strat with Bleed Morningstar. But we're going to go see Margit first. Is there a creaking on the way? Yes, the second time we've gotten resin so far on this stream.
Have you, they sir, but you, I can play turning root to 80. You need to the foot. Then it summoned me.
We accept. Taking her to the foot.
It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Alright, so we'll take those off. We'll get this set up here. We'll add 2 flasks. We got our golden seed to start off with. Wait, did we? Oh, we haven't got the one from the top of Stormhill yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hop across Gatefront Ruins. Down we go. People swinging at me for no reason. I'm not here. I'm a ghost. The ghost of Limgrave. The ghost of Tsushima is right there. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. I've seen it played. I haven't actually like played the game myself, but I am kind of excited for Ghost of Yotei, purely because I like Erika Ishii's voice acting. I like them on all of the Dropout stuff that they've done, so I think it's kind of fun to follow an actor's career in the voice acting space like that. Get out of here. You can't touch this. Was Vike ever shown to ride Torrent? I don't think so. I think Vike has basically made the trek on foot. With his maiden. R.I.P. and all that. So we're going to hop up here. Grab this. We'll talk to Roderica. Because we might end up getting to Stormvale quite quickly.
You're heading to entice well that, but I don't have. It's scary. I want on nothing. Oh, can you take the
Spirit Jellyfish. I think from here we will actually go back and meet Rani at Church of LA, just because having the summoning bell is nice. Who's the guy with Torrent in many official pictures? I think it's Vargrim, isn't it? Like a lot of the official art has Vargrim's armor set in it, but I'm pretty sure that anytime you see any of the characters like that in art, it's just meant to be a stand-in for the player character, not for the specific characters in the story. So we're going to go over here. We're going to get the Strength Not Crystal tier, because it will help with our stats here in the early stages. We'll hop down here and go to Warmaster's Shack, because we'll be back here later for an Ash of War that I want. The Brick Hammer comes with Barbaric Roar as a default skill, which I think is actually pretty fun. But I also want to try Stamp Upward Cut with a hammer, because I think it's going to look really cool to just uppercut people with a hammer. I'm going to go over here and grab a couple of Smithing Stones too. Actually, Smithing Stone's 1, but you know what I mean. Fellas. Best way to do this is just have them walk through the statue. Like that. And the tweener. This is the bit where we get yelled at, probably. Yep, thought so. Troll Roar is kind of scary, so we're going to go and sit at the Grace. Hey, Banal. And now we'll go back here. We could upgrade the weapon twice with the amount of Smithing Stones we have so far. But I'm actually kind of interested to see if we can beat Margit without that. Foolish though this may be. I'm also going to need some runes to even get to the point where I can wield the Brick Hammer, because I think it needs 21 strength. So we'll see how that works out. In the meantime, we'll get Wild Strikes, because that's also a really nice skill to have with a hammer. I assume you can put it on the hammer. I think you can. It might be too heavy for the Great Hammer, but we'll see. Aha! Oh, he's coming for revenge. He's not going to get it. Okay. So we could summon Roger for this as well if we want the fight to go a little bit easier, but let's see if the Battle Axe is up to the challenge.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring.
I'm in search of a good cup of tea, personally.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Shouldn't treat your sword like that. Just jams it into the top of the tower. Probably sticks there.
Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
So my strat here is going to be trying to bait out attacks that I can punish with heavies. Like this. Ooh, almost. I want him to go for a jump attack, ideally. Nice. Good start. Good. And then charged heavy and stagger. And then we wild strikes until he's got about a third health gone. He's not on second phase yet, so that's good. We've got to bait out a jumping attack. Here we go. Get 2 in here.
Well,
Now he does another jumping attack.
thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run thy
Oh, I always roll back from that, and that absolutely clowns on me. Okay, we're due for another stagger in a second. I just got to make sure I get a heavy hit on him. Nice. Okay, another wild strikes. Wild strikes there does way more damage than a crit would, so it's kind of mandatory. Okay, need to back off after this. Yep. Oh, so close. Need to make sure we heal, possibly heal a second time, actually. Try and bait out a attack we can punish. Oh, ouch. Okay, got clattered. Okay, we're in a rough spot here, but not done yet. Okay, back off. Nice. Wait for a jump attack. Hammer slam, maybe? Come on. You got this. Yeah, there you go. Oh, no. We were close. We were close. I don't want to get caught by the trap of doing this over and over again, though, so we're going to maybe go and get a couple of levels. I just thought if we can get in there early, it'd be fun. But, yeah. Now I've had one good attempt at that, I'm probably not going to be able to reproduce that level of play. So, we will head back. It was a solid attempt, but we'll go and do our usual, like, leveling up stuff. Like I said, it would be a fun last hurrah for the Battle Axe. But if we go this way, we'll also get a couple of other items that will be really useful for us. We'll get the blood grease and everything. I'm going to hop off here. Grab the gold pickled foulfoot. We'll get the 2 silvers on the way back up. Two silvers are over here. We can drop down off this. Nice. There we go. We'll ride this way for the other gold pickled foulfoot and We'll do our usual Grail setup. Do I think this is a good first entry into Souls-like games? Definitely. Like, this is the... I'd argue the easiest and also still a difficult FromSoft game. But it's the easiest because if you're struggling with a certain boss or an area, you can go somewhere else that's likely easier. And it has a lot of different tools that you can employ to make the whole process better for you. What should you try next in terms of Souls games? I hear lots of very good things about Lies of P if you want to go outside of FromSoft's own work. But honestly, I would recommend starting with Dark Souls 1. I haven't played any more of Dark Souls 2 since last time I mentioned it on stream, I don't think. Because I've mostly been working on Minecraft stuff behind the scenes right now, but... Dark Souls 2 is kind of an odd one. Like, I'm still not certain that I like it. I kind of get the rhythm that it has now. And I have a few more of the, like, Estus Flask upgrades and stuff, but... it's actually a little bit punishing with how it hands stuff out in Dark Souls 2. Does Lies of P have the weapon flexibility like Elden Ring? Not as much. It seems like there are kind of 3 core builds that you can start with, and then you get variations on those weapons later. But I'm not really certain how any of it works, because I haven't played it, so I'm not the person to ask. Did the big flower really see me from there? Wow. It's actually kind of impressive. We'll go down here so I get a few extra runes from the graveyard. But yeah, honestly, Dark Souls 1 I had a really great time with after having gotten relatively good with Elden Ring. You gotta just take a similar approach, which is that you level up your weapon as high as possible at any opportunity. And occasionally you can grind for runes so that you can buy upgrade materials, because a lot of the upgrade materials are more easily bought than they are, like, found or farmed, in my experience. But if you want an easier time with it, yeah, you just, like, try and upgrade and try and focus your build a little bit and try and min-max. I started off with the warrior class, because I thought dual wielding was a thing in the early Dark Souls games, and it wasn't. I think it's called Wanderer. It starts with, like, 2 scimitars. But frankly, like, just upgrading the scimitars, I was doing pretty decent damage. I don't think I died to any of the bosses until, like, after Anor Londo. Which was kind of a surprise, I guess. But I guess you might consider what I was doing over-leveling by, like, Dark Souls typical standards, but I just found it being a lot more comfortable with the game. Okay, we got loads of blood roses there, which is great. The rats aren't leaving us alone, though. I do love how there are explosive barrels there that all of the people throwing fireballs just kind of manage to miss. And then Stormveil is just absolutely full of those. Probably going to die here. Unless I get a chance to heal in this corner. There we go. We are going to fight the knight up here for Bloody Slash, because why not? Oh, he brought a rat with him. Unfair. Unfair, say I. Foul play. Ouch. I was healing. My blood. What have you done with my blood? That belongs on the inside of my body. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate the hat. What's the strat for this one? We need to go and farm the battle hammer from Lanedale Duelists. So we're going to do our usual setup to level strength early. Go in and fight Margit. Obtain the brick hammer from Stormvale. We need to fight 2 shard bearers and then get into Lanedale. And then we'll swap with the brick hammer for the battle hammer. The brick hammer has a similar range to the battle hammer, which is one of the things that I think makes it ideal for like warming up. And even though it's in the Bs, as far as weapons go, it's probably more like 10 or 15 weapons along, because there are a lot of weapons that begin with B, and we're still on BA, whereas that is BR. There's a lot of beast weapons in between here and there. Honestly, we might be able to fight Margit now if we just ended up with the Flask of Wondrous Physic, but again, I don't really want to bother going in there with basically no other prep. So welcome in, Drifting Logic. Good to see you. And yes, you are tremendously late for Minecraft, but that's okay. If you want to watch Elden Ring, that's entirely fine. We will welcome you in. And if you'd rather return for Minecraft, I don't know if I'll be streaming it this Sunday because I have RPG plans, but we'll see how that all shakes out. Alright, there's our first flask upgrade. There is the Flask of Wondrous Physic. We shall sit.
Figure to see when it seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
We turn down the invitation to the round table for now. And oh, we still need to go and get the Morning Star, don't we? Yeah, so we need to head back to Bridge of Sacrifice. Literally here for the stream, just happened to see the link from Blue Sky earlier. This game's above your skill level, so you enjoy watching other people play it. That's absolutely fair. I am like that with a lot of games. In fact, I was like that with games like this until I saw Elden Ring being played and thought, this looks like I could get on board. Can't remember who I was watching playing it initially, but I heard a couple of podcasts talking about it, and then I saw a couple of people play it just after the first release came out. I think it might have been Ray. And, yeah, just thought, yeah, this one might be for me. We'll get the extra smithing stones from here. We'll get the stone sword key. I'm pretty sure the battle hammer just levels up with regular smithing stones because it's a standard weapon and farmable. So that should be nice and easy. We'll get all of the sacred tears and stuff on Weeping Peninsula while we're here. I'm a coward and terrible at Twitch mechanics. Grew up in RPG MMO style mechanics, so I think it's just overwhelming. Oh yeah. I mean, I grew up playing like old school turn-based RPGs. But I also grew up playing platformers, and so maybe there's a skill set there that falls somewhere in the middle. But yeah, this is a solo game as opposed to something where you have like a party, and I think honestly, like, the perceived reliance on fast reflexes in this game can be replaced with an understanding of the game and a certain amount of like anticipation of attacks, so you can react. You don't have to react like as something is happening. You can anticipate it and react before it happens, but that also does take a little more experience with the game. And occasionally you get hit by giant arrows, so there's always that. You missed out on platformers. You started gaming in earnest around Ultima Online. I've heard great things. I mean, I was a Sega Mega Drive kid, so I'm not that far behind. Some of my first gaming experiences were on, like, old Amstrad computers. QBasic games. We'll cross the village this way, head on down. I don't think there's too much else we want to get from Weeping Peninsula. I think the only thing that's a bit of a shame with the Battle Hammer is that the sort of optimal build for this is more or less a repeat of what we just did with the Battle Axe. But I suppose they are both for battle, so it does kind of make sense. But we're going to be focusing strength. We're going to be relying on charged heavies, probably an Ash of War, stance breaking, because it'll do a ton of poise damage once we have it. And maybe a couple of buffs, two-handed sword talisman, axe talisman, that kind of thing. There we go. Are you ready for Eowyn is such a funny question. Because if you don't have the context, you're like on a Lord of the Rings rewatch, I guess? Who is she? What weapon am I using to get the Battle Axe? We have the Battle Axe already, we've done it. This is the Battle Hammer. Did I change the title properly? Curse your internet, always making you miss character creation. No worries. This is MC Hammer. Who looks vaguely like MC Hammer, I guess. So that's all the bits and pieces we needed to do. Back to Church of Marika for Grail. Okay, good, I did change it. Like, I kind of... I did it on autopilot to the extent that I was like... I can't genuinely remember if I didn't create any new memories when I made the stream title, you know? At this point, it's so automatic for me. Yes, main character Hammer, yes. Bestial Sanctum. It's tempting to maybe get some supporting incantations to make this run, again, slightly different from the last one, but I don't know if I can be bothered. I mostly just want to see how the hammer, the Great Hammer / Warhammer playstyle differs from any of the other weapons we've used so far, because this is my first time using one, I think. I never bothered with any of the, like, huge, hefty weapons on my previous playthroughs. Like, my characters are usually dex builds. Yeah, when you beat the game with the hammer, you can formally say can't touch this, exactly. So, past Grail, we have Knight's Cavalry over here. Power stance with the hammer to make it different. See, I'm going to base whether or not we do that on how easy it is to get hold of the hammer, because all of the comments that I saw on the page for the Battle Hammer on the Elden Ring wiki just said it was a real pain in the butt to get hold of one because of the drop rate being bad now or something. So we'll have to see, right? Huge fan of how Lion's Claw feels to use. Yeah, I think Lion's Claw will end up doing for maybe Giant Crusher or something, because that's the build that a lot of people end up doing. But it just feels good to swing something that hefty, and the Giant Crusher is genuinely huge. Oh yeah, we need to make sure we got one of these on deck. What's the drop rate? I don't know off the top of my head, like percentage-wise, but there's genuinely only like 1 or 2 enemies that you can farm it from, so I think people are just annoyed at how scarce it is in general, right? Oh, here he comes. You missed me. Get up here and try it. Go on, lads. Oh, that's not good. Oh, he went onto the bridge. No way. Come on, up the branch this time, yeah? Oh. Now I nearly went off. Oh, yikes. He's on his way. Oh, give him the runaround. No! The dismount is sometimes difficult. Apparently it used to be a boss drop in Limgrave. Yeah, like during, like, I think the network test or one of the earliest patches, you could get it from one of the duelist bosses from a catacomb, so you could get it early, but I think they patched that out in one of the earliest updates. So unfortunately we cannot get this one before Lanedell, where the duelists hang out as just standard enemies. You missed. Come on. Okay, so he is stuck there right now. So what we want him to do is feel like he can follow me this way. And not despawn. There we go. Kind of anticlimactic when it happens, but I'll take it. And now we set up for Grail. The Battle Hammer only scales with strength, and I think so does the Brick Hammer, so I think we can just put a ton of points into strength. Maybe a few into endurance, just because it's a heavier weapon, and then some into vigor as well. I'm not that worried about dex, but then We can always add a couple of points later if we need to. We're going to return to the Margit boss fight, a changed man. Okay, we got the Morning Star, so we can throw Wild Strikes on that. We'll make it heavy, because why not? We'll level Strength, a little bit of Vigor, a little bit of Endurance. The rest can go into Strength. We can craft Blood Grease, so I'll make some of that. Quickly swap that out. Put Blood Grease on here. And it's dragon fighting time. There we go. I was trying to remember what the relevant controls were for a second there. It has been a while since we've done it this way, only because the last playthrough took, what was it, like 18 hours in the end? 19? Yeah, we got to be prepared to dodge roll this incredibly slow dragon. Oh, right, the blood grease ran out. There we go. Alright, one more. And about here we should be good. There we go. And that's 100,000 runes for us. Very nice. So, points for strength, a couple more for vigor. We'll go 24, 34, that should be fine. Quick return to Kale for the arrows. That was the dragon fight? Yeah. Yeah, the hilarious thing about fighting Grail is that you rarely actually fight her. It's basically just a big dragon that you're normally supposed to fight by killing several of the other dragons in the area. There's like 5 of them, 5 or 6 around her, and you kill 5 of them and it just chips the health bar for each one that dies. But then the other way to do it is just swing around and hit the tail over and over again with a bleed weapon, which deals a percentage of the health bar with each time the bleed builds up to a certain amount. And then you end up with about 100,000 runes, because we're using items that boost the amount of runes we get from anything that we kill to get runes for a short amount of time. And that's when you use those on something that gives you a huge amount. There are cheese strats like that for a couple of bosses, but Grail is really the easiest one because there's no fight there. It's really just a series of swings. Yeah, Theodore, the actual lore is that she dies of a broken heart or something, which is equally sad. Okay, so now we have Radagon's Source Seal, which we'll equip for now because it gives us, again, a little extra strength and whatnot. We can unequip those two, and probably the Blood Grease as well, actually. Not expecting to bleed a ton of stuff. We will briefly head down here to get the Smithing Stones and the extra Sacred Tear from Church of the Plague. And then we'll double back to get the Smithing Stones from the dragon statue. And then we'll go and fight Margit again. Already at the letter B, how the time flies. This is the last BA weapon as well. After this, we're on to Beast Claw, which is another DLC weapon that I'm really looking forward to. For a couple of reasons. Now they're postponing bin collections. The storm sounds really bad. I'm pretty sure new bin collections will have to be formed to rescue the bins, to collect the bins from further up the road where they got blown to. Okay, we got that. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit of the Spirit Spring lift there, but fortunately we didn't take any fall damage, so it's fine. Now we get to bait a dragon into breaking a statue for us, but this dragon will remain unharmed. In fact, I don't think we're going to kill any other dragons on this playthrough until we get to Farum Azula, so we have a bit of a reprieve from that after the previous streams. Not planning on making the Battle Hammer a dragon incantation playthrough. Am I including DLC weapons? Yes. So there are 408 weapons total. That includes the thrusting shields and the torches and all of the weird stuff. In fact, Beast Repellent Torch, I think, is right after Beast Claw. But I think that maybe there's a Beast Claw Great Hammer thrown in there. But it's coming up. Like, our first Torch playthrough is in 2 or 3 weapons time. I really wish you could, like, walk at a pace that matches the dragon, but Torrent has, like, a trot or a canter, or whatever. Fortunately, this dragon is about to break the statue for us and then disappear, so there's that. And GG. Wonderful. I don't think there's much else we need to do here. We can get the map of Dragon Barrow, I guess. Oh. $1. Been watching too much of Grady. But the Beast Repellent Torch you literally buy from a guy in a shack up there, so that's going to be a very easy acquisition. Right, we have Dragon Barrow map, so now we can see more of Caelid. Let's go fight Margit and get the Brick Hammer. We'll use the Brick Hammer to beat Godfrey, or Godrick, rather. Might use to beat Godfrey as well, depending. And, oh yeah, we can probably get the Wondrous Physic done here as well, right? Which gives us an extra half heal, but more importantly, Strength, not Crystal Tear. Okay, round 2 with Margit. Things are going to go slightly differently. Still haven't upgraded the weapon, but we have a lot more strength on our side, so... Even though the scaling isn't great right now, hopefully this should work out okay. I also have a lot more health, so... And my flasks heal probably my entire health bar at this point. Nothing will save me from full damage, though, so I'd appreciate it if we could back off from the edge here. Get staggered. Now Wild Strikes does a lot more damage.
Well, thou art of passing skill.
Didn't even think to roll that one. For some reason I thought I'd be fine.
Tarnished.
I'll eat that. That's fine. This is bait. But I rolled into him anyway. We'll get the crit to finish. Nice. Cool, good fight. Very clean. 1 into strength. Can definitely wield the brick hammer now. Probably also the other one. Bear818. Thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness, a bear raid. The bears. Welcome in, folks. Thank you so much for the raids. Welcome, welcome. Bear818, thank you so much for bringing your folks over. Hope you had a great stream. Folks who are new here, welcome in. My name is Pixel Riffs. Normally I'm a Minecraft streamer. Today we're playing Elden Ring. We're going to ignore that guy. And yeah, today we are on run number 22 of a challenge called the Elden Ring A-Z, where I'm trying to beat the game from scratch with every weapon in alphabetical order. It's fun. Yes, everyone in chat hopes you had a very good stream. And I'm going to sit here to avoid being attacked by this bird. Just kidding. Look at me. I'm the bird now. Good luck with the weapon challenge. Thank you. It's been great so far. We just finished an all bosses run with the weapon I'm currently using, actually, the battle axe, because it's the starter weapon for the hero. But we're on our way to get the substitute weapon for what I will eventually get for this run. Yeah, get off there. And the weapon for this run is much later in the game, so we are having to grab something similar that will serve us in the meantime. Hence why I am here for the brick hammer. Welcome to the prank castle, as Brian David Gilbert called it on his stream. I think it's such an apt description of what Stormvale is the first time you're here. The second and third time you're here, though, you start to get the picture. So the brick hammer is right up there. It's actually on that corpse that's dangling off the balcony. In order to get to that, we need to come up through here, stab this guy in the back, kick him off the ledge, get the rusty key from this room, which contains an ambush, which there's a cutscene transition for some reason. And then we kill this guy. He's a pretty easy fight if you know what you're doing, and absolute nightmare if it's your first time here. So, we'll grab this, because guard counters might also be a fun thing to do with a hammer. Maybe we should go hammer and shield. I feel like that'd be kind of nice. But now we have the rusty key, we can both let ourselves out and continue on. Alright. The game teaching you to expect the unexpected turns into prank castle? Yes, really does. It's actually our first time not going through the main gate of Stormvale, which is kind of funny. I mean, the first time in a while. Definitely not the first time we've done it, but the first time recently that we've done it. So we hop over here. Run down this little section. This guy gets his shield out and we don't care. This guy has a crossbow. We also don't care. Mostly care if he'd knocked me off the ledge, but there is the brick hammer. So, now, thus equipped... Oh, strength 31. Gosh. Glad we have our strength up to 40, but either way... This thing is surprisingly fast for such a big weapon, and I love that about it. We're going to go to Warmaster's Shack. Brick hammer and fingerprint shield is definitely a look, I bet. So we're going to go to Bernal real quick. Do I have... Yeah, I have enough runes.
Not names, but let me ask. Are you here? Does your despite takes me penny into all I know. Now's the time.
We're going to buy the stamp upward cut ability from him. We don't need parry, quick step, impaling thrust. No, well. Cool. Alright, cheers, Bernal. With that, we're going to put the Ash of War on here to improve the scaling. We could put Wild Strikes on it, it turns out. But yeah, we're going to go Heavy Brick Hammer. And Stamp Upward Cut with this. Oh, we're going to be uppercutting people with a giant brick on a stick. I love it. So from this, we got 9 smithing stones, 2 smithing stone 2, so we can get this thing to +4 before we fight Godrick. Where else do we want to go for smithing stones? I guess we can go over the bridge here. Because there's a couple of smithing stones on this bridge, and we can buy some from the merchant on the other side, I think. And just swing this hammer at anything that moves. Nice. We'll meet Alexander over here as well, because Shard of Alexander is going to be really nice for this thing.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
What's up?
Oh, my at these. Might just give me and I'll
Give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. I wonder what that could be. Oh, in one, dude.
Oh, that's... Well, I am beyond upon this. I'd heard whisper, doesn't it?
Amazing. All right, let's keep going. Hello, pot friend. Oh, we missed. How did that hit me? It was like through the legs. He hit us with the tweener. It's a chiropractic adjustment. Fix the back problems. So this is croquet, I think. Okay, that's 2 more smithing stone 1s. We'll buy the last one from this guy and we'll be good to go.
Oh, are you here as a cousin?
Perfect. Right.
Oh, I'm afraid of...
That'll get the brick hammer upgraded. We'll return to Stormvale main gate. I think we can tell Gostock to open the gate now, so we can just run on through.
Very well at my hand.
I'm really looking forward to fighting Godrick with this thing. Not exactly a speed run to hold her hand today, but we did it. So, don't really need to talk to anybody aside from Hugh.
You'll no matter loud you're up.
Ah, we need runes for this one. We need big runes. Okay. Alright, this thing requires a lot of work, apparently. Is this considered a speedrun kind of gameplay style? I mean, it's not considered a speedrun in the sense that I'm not, like, timing things and not going for, like, optimized strategies for fighting stuff. Weird. Didn't know he could give you the shop here. Anyway.
When you its own.
Cool way of getting the cestus before we fight Godrick, though. I guess if you backtrack to him at that point, he's like, oh hey, I have... Where's if you have coin? So gosh, I want to clobber the Omen Lion with this. But let's not. I like how there's always messages on these knights, because you can, like, walk up the suits of armor. It's really funny. How many runes do I need to level up? 10k? Yeah, it's not bad. I also need to start two-handing this at all times. If it's going to get swung, it's going to get swung hard. Like this. Very nice. That's the second one, okay. Fair. Thank you for waiting to swing, I appreciate it. It's almost dead there. I've been watching the way a couple of other people dodge through this section, and making a couple of adjustments to my own route through there. I think it worked for the first part, not so much for the second part. Also... I think we go for Claw Talisman now, just so I can use it in the Godrick fight. And then... Oh, ow. Alright. Guess that was a crossbow that I didn't see. Yeah, this way if we want to use the jumping heavy, we can do that. I'll go and get the Axe Talisman at some stage. I'm bringing Highland Axe with us as well, just in case we switch back to Barbaric Roar at any point. But that would be very much like our previous build with the Battle Axe, so... Oh gosh, that was a real jitter right there, actually. The game was not quite sure what it wanted to do there. He did not pass the vigor check. I almost didn't pass the vigor check right there, actually. Poise check, though. They've definitely got a little bit of poise. Just going to go through here. In before birds! When you come this way, one always takes out the other, and it's hilarious. So, here's Rampart Tower. Pretty funny that we come up this way more than we come up the other way these days. Like I said, it's been a while. But for the moment, we can hop across this. Whoop. Nailed it. What's up, Sky Cruiser? Welcome in. Thought it was a Twitch lag spike. Nope, that was genuinely the game dropping to 3 FPS for some reason. Ooh, extra runes. Oh, I got kicked out of that. No way. Bolt. Six, 666. The number of the beast. The number of the beast claw. Okay. Now we're in business. Godrick time. Although maybe we go see Nepheli first. There's a golden seed down there as well. That also gets us Arsenal Charm, which might be kind of useful if we need extra equip load later. Stormcaller's a fun one too. Number of the beast squared. Not quite, but close. The number of two beasts. Two beasts sat side by side. Today we go for soldiers first. And then we go for the legs. Oh. Meaty it is. Meaty. Yeah, I left myself with no stamina there. I was in stamina debt at that point. Nice. The counter was just for the axe. Yeah, that was an all bosses playthrough, so we needed to keep track of how many bosses we'd done. This time,
be proud.
Minimal effort.
Well tarnished, I am here by decree. How utter this graft is tainted them. If I ask you, the winds run. I'm certain.
Oh, that's where we get the other smithing stones from, typically. I see. I remember now. Yes, yes, yes. What is this? Oh. Nice. The brick hammer looks like we just took a block of Minecraft cobblestone and put a stick through it. Gonna ruin your shoulder? Gonna ruin everyone else's shoulders with this thing, that's the idea. Traverse the mist. Let's go, baby. Time to bully a man.
Dragon. Thou art a true born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred.
Now, Godrick Phase 2 doesn't count as me killing a dragon. I just want that to be clear.
Greater heights. Well.
It's a Minecraft lever, that's what it is, yeah. Block of cobblestone and one stick.
Lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord.
Oh, I've used that axe.
Command thee, kneel.
I do wonder what his secondary axe is. Is that a thing?
Lord of all that is golden.
Is that a weapon we get at some stage? I don't know. Anyway, Godrick. Let's fight. Nice. Clean. I got jump attacks. I got jump attacks for you. Let's load him up with a bit more poise damage. Yeah, the way Godrick's arms work, he kind of has, you know how we have like 3 left-hand weapons and 3 right-hand weapons? He just has all of them out at all times.
Lend me thy strength.
You kind of get the feeling that that would probably kill him at some point anyway, because the amount of infected tissue that must be in this dragon. Nice. Good fight.
I am the Lord of all that is cold.
I think we'll be fine with the battle hammer.
We'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
I'm going to get the Grace here just in case we come back to get the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from Nefeli's quest. I think we're doing fine for Vigor right now. We'll just keep putting points into Strength.
What happened? Oh, he got what are you though? He.
Alright, cool. We're all done. We'll probably need to come back and talk to Godrick a couple more times if we want to do that quest that way. This is Smitty. Thanks so much for the 8 months of Prime. Welcome back. Oh, you can't use your weapons in here. I was really hoping I could smash the throne. Forgot about the Pact of Non-Aggression. VHS tape merchant, yeah. Be kind, rewind. Very circular shield, very rectangular hammer. It has very square peg, round hole vibes, this build. Honestly, if we wanted to go parry, we could use the buckler, which Godrick sells you. But, frankly, I don't think this is a parry-focused build. We'll save that for the dagger playthroughs. I think Black Blade is our first dagger, though, which is the one that has the, like, Destined Death style Ash of War. Oh, excuse me. Really getting stuck on the trees today. So, here's the thing. If we want to just fight 2 Shard Bearers and have a chance at getting into Lanedale, we can go and fight Rennala. And that'll be pretty straightforward. Relucari is a easy enough dungeon to traverse. We have a massive physical damage weapon. I think we'd be okay. Like, the fight would be fairly trivial in the same way that Godrick was. Alternatively, we do all of the stuff that we need to for Varre's quest. We go and fight Radahn. That potentially puts us in the right situation to go to the DLC if we want to fight Moog later for the 2-handed talisman. We don't have to do Melania again. No, Melania is the most optional of optional bosses. The only other times I intend to fight Melania again is if we do another all bosses run, or I have to do something like all incantations, which requires getting the weapon that you or the remembrance, the incantation you get from her remembrance, and then Hand of Melania will be a weapon at some stage. But outside of that, there is genuinely no reason to actually fight Melania. Unless I just wanted a ton of runes or wanted to prove a point or whatever. No, yes please. Before this thing notices me. She's evil and you need to stop her at all costs because, like, you're the hero. I was the hero last time. It's when I fought all the bosses and won. Actually, before we do anything else, we will, of course, go back to the round table hold because we need to have our audience with the two fingers. And that's what triggers Varre's quest, so we'll do that.
You've time to let grey anchor until it will trudge across the alphabetical sword. Seek to become letter one.
Alright, cool. Bye-bye. We should probably also talk to Gideon, actually, because...
I can't very well. It is sick. I'll you, a house guest, remember your... There's no...
Gideon is important for Nefeli's whole storyline.
I never knew, although I'm still looking.
Apparently so is Roderica, we learned last time, so we'll set her up as Spirit Tuner.
Those are a chat, find them well. Oh, she's crazy. She has a glassor in her eyes.
Okay.
It's all I'm still looking. I don't believe if I do. I suppose I'll ask him. Certainly he do. I know I can tell.
Just gonna get this done.
That no matter. Look, my food steps, sir. I don't.
Okay, so he has a child now, and we go back to Rey Lucaria. Do we want to fight Rennala or Radahn? I think, honestly, neither is more beneficial than the other, because I don't expect we'll need to do a ton of stuff on Ranni's quest this time. Really like the water. It's a very pretty game. Like, the art direction in this game is so solid.
You claim what? Aha. My dad. Words are truly, I believe, even that's the. Oh. I mean, give it a try. And if it dive high.
Get away from me. So we've got half of the. We've got both halves of the Dectus Medallion, have we not? We do. So in theory, we could go to Altus now. Let me go and get the Grace that's nearby this, just so it's a little easier to get back. The Varre distaste is so real. I mean, between him and Celavis, this game knows how to craft dislikable NPCs. We'll go here, we'll go find EG. That'll get us the map and everything. It'll be, big bonk weapon versus big bonk weapon when we have to fight Magnus the Beast Claw. We can't get into Lanedell until we've beaten one of the other shard bearers, though. That's the main thing. Yeah, let's double back and get this grace. And let's not worry about going to see E.G. yet, because we don't really need somber smithing stones. We haven't done the whole thing with Blythe and the Mistwoods. Let's go there quickly now. Let's get the gesture from Kale. Let's go see Blythe. Even if we don't do any of Rani's quest, we can at least go to the Mistwood and get the Axe Talisman.
I suppose. Next time you don't try, just have...
Cool. I just want to get us to the point where we're farming this weapon. So I think we'll fight Rennala just because we might as well. Oh, counterpoint. If we go down to see Radahn, we can at least get Cragblade. Cragblade seems like it'd be fun on this. Especially if we're not using Stamp Upward Cut all the time.
Kale sent you. The name's bloody fled, so come tell me if I can offer you. Darrowell, and in need of a...
Okay, so we've seen him. We can go through here. I think there might be another smithing stone too in this tower, but this is the one that the bear wakes up and charges you. Oh, it didn't wake up this time. Huh. Excuse me. Cragblade for sure with Cragblade. We will get Cragblade. Okay, time to ditch Radagon's Source Seal and good riddance. Yeah, let's go get the Ray Lucaria key to go through Ray Lucaria. Anyone know what Cragblade is? It's a buff for your weapon that basically covers it in rocks. And it deals a bit more damage and a lot more stance damage. Where am I going? The stance damage is what means enemies stagger so that you can perform a critical hit or riposte, depending on which terminology you prefer. I think Bloodborne, it's like a visceral attack or something. They really nailed the terminology in these games. A blade that belongs to Crag. This is Cragblade. What you doing with Cragblade? He sounds like a troll, I don't know. Crag definitely sounds like a name for like a Terry Pratchett style troll. Dragon Heist. We're going to rest at this one. Or at least shake hands with it. And then we'll nab this. Because these should be smithing stone 2s or 3s. Nice. Because we're doing strike damage, we're going to absolutely destroy the crystal bosses. So we're going to go and do Ray Lucaria Crystal Tunnel now. So that we can get the smithing stone bell bearing, because we will need to buy smithing stones for when we actually get the battle hammer. But for what it's worth, the brick hammer basically is the battle hammer, just with a slightly different shape. They have very similar movesets. The Battle Hammer comes with a different Ash of War by default, but we're going to change that anyway, most likely. See a dwarf adopting that name to sound cool in high school? Yeah. Crag, Thundergut. Big, McLarge, huge. Stamp, Rockgroin. Gristle, McThornbody. Here's the mine. Speaking of dwarves. A mine! Oh. Thought for a second I jumped off that way too early. I was waiting the splat to happen. Oh, we have a sacred tier, huh? And almost enough smithing stones to upgrade. Let's just go this way. Couple of sombers over there, don't need those. Oh, it feels good dealing a normal amount of damage to these guys. Because the difference here is strike damage weapon. This is a fighting hammer. Knocked all your rocks off. Oh, we're gonna have so much fun with this. Oh. Yep. Yep. Does even more damage when they don't know it's coming. Ignore these guys. Who are you? I took all your stones. You don't got the stones. Bye-bye. I was waiting to see if he decided to jump down there. I don't think he did. Right. Time to stamp upward cut a guy once. And that's a fight. Clean. The perfect thing for smashy smash. Okay. Now we return to Academy. We go and get the other bell bearing. And then we find our way into Lanedale. Hammers in video games are a very simple kind of pleasure. This one especially. Very simple. Nice and straightforward. Just embarrassing for that crystal thing. Yep. Reconsidering his life choices now. Why was I made out of rocks? How's it compared to the mace? It's pretty comparable, to be honest. The thing about the mace is that I have to be good at aiming it. Which I ain't, so... In fact, you know what? We might actually go and fight Rennala now. I'm set on fighting Rennala, I think, for this one. Just because, pretty straightforward fight when you got a big hammer. But we'll put Cragblade on the Battle Hammer and we'll go and fight Radahn with it, maybe. I just think we fight Radahn so much more often than we fight Rennala, because we usually only fight Rennala if we're doing a magic build, because Rey Lucaria has all the good spells. And the good talismans for the spells. About to pick up our first rune arc in a second. Stream title: Bonking the Elden Beast. That's not happening on this stream. Maybe the next one. After having spent, what was it, 6 streams on the previous weapon, I'm looking forward to getting back to these only taking like 2 streams. The beast is getting hammered. Suppose we better go fight Vike as well. Just for the sake of clearing the path to that church. Although we could always go and... if we're going to potentially get Nefeli's smithing stone, then we could potentially go and do the Chapel of Anticipation instead, but we'll keep our options open. I still need to talk to Nefeli at Roundtable Hall. I haven't been back to see her. Crag sounds like an Adventure Zone NPC that's really simple and funny until you learn their backstory and then cry. Yeah. Oh, more smithing stones. Shame we're already past that point, but... time to play Splat the Rat. Just kidding, we're going to ignore the rats. Time to play Splat the Cultist. Wait until the lights show up there, fades away. Oh, just. Close. Close one. Shout out to Davenport. Davenport! Shout out to that one bugbear that they kept trying to give a hug. Until it worked. Was Heartbeat close on that madness? It kind of was, yeah. Shout out to that one ghost being like, "Where are you, Lord Vike?" And I'm like, he's up here. He literally spawns in if you walk up the hill. Absolutely not. How dare you. Time to juggle a man. No drinking either. You ever see a man get juggled this hard? Oh. And that is why I enjoy this skill very much. And that is why I think we're going to be fine going to the Altar's Plateau now. Did I say something about fighting Rennala? I did mean it. I'm going to go over here and get this first. Okay, now we're on the Altar's Plateau. We have the choice between fighting Rennala and fighting Radahn, because the Radahn Festival activates at this point. But the Rennala fight would be fun. Kind of playing whack-a-mole with all her little students is going to be very funny. Welcome to Re Lucaria, the best wizarding school. I think we'll be fine here. I love when somebody's first time chat is, sorry for asking you this. Okay, that just straight up poise breaks them immediately, huh? Good to know. Have I watched WWE Hermitcraft? No, what is that? Did somebody, like, recreate all of the hermits in, like, a WWE 2K game or something? Because that's pretty funny if so, but honestly I don't watch a whole lot of like Hermitcraft fan videos. Just bonk the holy grounds of a cathedral? Probably. It's on Jimmy's channel? Okay, cool. You didn't need to shout about it though. Alright, I think we've done enough there. Something I always forget about Re Lucaria is that you also have to fight a dog. Jimmy made a video of Life Series crew in WWE, in the actual WWE game, because I know he does the, like, Hunger Games simulation stuff sometimes, right? But I didn't realize he did a WWE one as well. That's pretty funny. Just gonna drink this real fast. Forget about the random zombies in Ray Lucaria every time, yeah. Does this thing have a stance to break? If I didn't know any better, I'd say this dog had infinite poise. There we go. I don't think I've ever poise broken Red Wolf. Like, not ever. Maybe because it looks really sad, actually. Alright, now let's go beat up the owner. This is so tragic, dude. In-game. Beat them up in-game. Not going to worry about the golden seed here or anything else. We don't need the memory stones because we have no real need of incantations or sorceries. One of these days they'll make a hammer for sorcerers, that's what I'm saying. Always breaking him is hard because he's stalling a lot with projectiles. Yeah, I guess he does like to zone you and kind of keep you at range a bit, yeah. Oh, Moongrum's going to be fun. Guess what, Moongrum? I'm winning the jump toss this time. Ow. He's like, hey, that worked. Let me try it again. Okay, I am feeling the stamina pinch a little bit here. I'll grant you that. Ow. Then again. One quick heal and... Nice. One of these days I will just let Moongrum fall down the elevator shaft, but I'm feeling generous today. Now then. It is time. Time to have our feet snapped at by weird little gnome people. It's really funny with him looking around when he's got a blindfold on underneath this weird headband. The eyes are so fun on these juvenile scholars, I think is what they're called. The half blue, half yellow thing. Who's up there?
Hush, little Calva.
The ankle biters, yes, always.
I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Hate the word sweeting almost as much as I hate the word lambkin. Alright. Nice. Whack-a-mole time. Bonk. Yeah. Alright, where's Mother? Okay, who next? Oh, behind me. Fun.
Time to be born anew.
Oh god, you're over there. Nice. Next. Oh god, the chandelier's gonna fall on me. Oh, there we go. Where's the singer? Oh, right there. Nice. Okay, 2 cycle. Can just about manage it. Couple of charged heavies. Nope, not getting it. Dang.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
Okie doke. A little easier to find them this time. And that's phase 1 done. Might have got a 2 cycle if I'd used my Wondrous Physic earlier, but I wanted to save a bit of it for phase 2. Are they basically Albinoric she's making? It's difficult to say because she is using the Great Rune to make them, but they're not exactly real either. And I didn't really check in with what color their blood was.
No fear.
What are the chances that the zombies in Rey Lucaria failed rebirths by Rennala? Entirely possible, I would say.
Ye will be countless born forever and ever.
Especially considering they like leech some of the mana from you. They leech your FP bar, so they're trying to sustain themselves on magical essence to an extent.
Upon my name is Rani the
Possible.
Witch.
I don't know if that's necessarily like conclusive,
Mother's
but
rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser,
who's ready to stance break a lady?
send word far and wide.
Hype speech from Rani, I know. I'm
The last queen of Caria,
big fan of the magical
Rennala
security
the
system.
full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Let's fight. Oh god, she's the moon now. Can't do nothing about that. You know what? Screw you, Kameha's your Meha. Spins your weapon. Oh, yes. And now we stamp upward cut. Oh, dang it. Didn't let me. Guarantee I don't have good magic defense right now, so I'm slightly worried about this actually making contact with me at any point, but yeah, I thought so. Thought so. You let anything happen to you in this fight and you're a goner at this level. Did pretty well up until that point, though. We'll do a run back. This time I'll try and get through phase 1 faster using the strength, not physic. Yeah, conjured too much majesty that time. A little too much majesty. I never bother opening the shortcut because it's actually easier to go this way because you don't have to fight anybody. So you end up getting to the library with full health as long as you don't get hit by the boulder. The screen shake on that is kind of rough. When your girlfriend turns into the moon. That is rough. Runny stuff is cute. Wish that was a staff we can get. Yeah. You get Rennala's, but that's kind of the closest. Oh, right by the entrance. We got a twofer. Okay, this might be a 2-cycle. We'll genuinely have to wait and see. And try not to get set on fire in the process, probably. You sound like you're behind a bookcase. Aha, they... Whoa! I forgot just how much stuff gets flung at you in this fight. Oh god, I missed. That's not the best. Nope, 3-cycle again. I think I actually did worse that time. Somehow.
Time to be born anew.
Oh, that was close. Almost got chandeliered. Okay. We'll skip the cutscene this time. We know what we're doing. Oh, we can juggle her? Cool. Doing that then. That's why she didn't let it hit her last time, is because she does get flung a little bit. We still get the crits. This one I'm going to back away because she is about to do the... Oh, maybe not the summon. And this one's Bloodhound Knight because she says nothing, which is always weird. We get some sort of spell on the walk up. Oh god, and now she's the moon again. Well, this will at least be able to run from. Nice. Nice and easy once we got the juggle strat. Very good. 2 shard bearers down. Decent injection of runes as well. And access to respec should we need it, which we shouldn't because this is just a strength weapon to strength weapon pipeline.
Where did he flee, my sweetings? Is it thy to become?
No eggs for me, thank you. Got enough protein. Right. More strength. Actually, to be honest, should probably put a couple of points into vigor. Now we're at 40 strength. That seems like a reasonable expectation. Altus. We can at least go to the round table hold one more time. We can get the talisman pouch now.
Only fine. You have now to become the thing as much. Now become
We don't need either of those, so yeah, we can crush the remembrances if we need more runes. Gonna keep those on deck for now. Anything else we want to do here? Talk to Nepheli, I guess.
I thought you'd Nepheli, Luke. I'm glad to see you. I found it in you were the one to make good use. I don't intend.
Thanks.
I wonder if he's in his study. If you haven't, old father is, I'm sure, to. I'll see you again.
Alright then. Yeah, let's go quickly get the other bell bearing. We can upgrade this hammer a little bit before we fight the tree sentinel. Which will actually be super helpful because I think we are perhaps a little underleveled if all we've done is fight Godrick and Rennala. But then we do have +8 flasks right now. My health bar is starting to creep slightly longer than my stamina bar, which is always a good sign. We'll need to fight Radahn if we want to get Shard of Alexander as well, because I think the Radahn fight is mandatory to progress Alexander's storyline. Which might be one of the reasons why we end up doing it so frequently. We're going to go and do the Magnus fight now. Just so if we need to do some leveling between streams, we can be ready for it. But I want to get into Lanedale so badly. In fact, I might get the Grace over here so that we can get back to that fight quickly, but I might go and get the Bell Bearing first, just so we have an easier fight with Magnus. Do more damage. So we'll tag this Grace. Can basically save our progress here. Who's the next boss? The next boss is probably going to be the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Who, again, is not a dragon. His horse is just dressed like one. I keep forgetting that you have to get into the outer wall of Lanedale to get this bell bearing. The portals do look a bit like an Extractor fan, don't they? The Sending Gates, as they're called, I think, by somebody. Blythe, maybe? Diddle diddle da. Da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get the Grace here so we can walk back. I was just going to go ahead and get the bell bearing, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I should probably make sure I can get back here. It's usually a good idea. I am still strongly of the opinion that there are two types of songs, and those are cat jam songs and rat jam songs. And that is definitely a rat jam. I really need to actually get around to enabling better TTV or 7TV or whatever for Cat Jam and Rat Jam specifically. We'll grab this. Roll on through here. I think we'll probably head down here and get the statue smithing stones as well. Oh my gosh, he's on the crossbeam. You absolute daredevil. Brutal. Ow. Also actually kind of brutal. You stop that. Man, there's so many of the militia right now. Oh. Them being tiny does make them very crushable, though. Oh. Free gold pickled Falfoot. Don't mind if I do. Also, free rune arc. And also, run away now. That was a great attempt at dodging that. Smithing sixes. And now I run away. Thank you, bye-bye. Bye, Ginger. See you soon. Probably won't be streaming on Sunday, remember, so enjoy your weekend. Catch you next Tuesday, maybe? I keep thinking, by the way, that this tower is the Melania one, but it's not. It's the Rykard one. And that's strange to me. But then again, it's sealed off because he commits blasphemy or whatever by being, I don't know, eaten by a snake. Not sure what the significance of it is, but the fact that it's sealed tunnel and the tower is, like, removed from everything else kind of made me think, oh, probably Melania. Influence of the rock god, all of that stuff. Nope. Rykard, turns out. Let's go up here and get the grace behind fake Margit, and then let's go and prep for Mogwin Palace Bird Farm. I have a sneaking suspicion that Draconic Tree Sentinel might be a bit of a pain at the level we are. But I just need to, like, do the fight well and not get hit or something. It's usually the way these things go, right? Wonder if Rykard's blasphemy also had to do with the minor Erd tree that's cut down. I mean, they have declared war against the Erd tree, generally. So I suppose that could be part of it, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, right, we need to go and upgrade. What am I doing? I'm out here warping to Graces when I should be going and buying some bell bearings. Or buying some smithing stones, rather. Nefelli's gone, which is good. Dung Eater is here, which is bad, but... So how many of these do we have? 9. Okay, we need 3 more. And then as many of these as we can buy. Nice. Leaving us a bit of budget for a level up. Or, honestly, this repair is... or weapon enhancement is probably going to take a good chunk of the runes we have.
Oh, I didn't. I'll be doing much. Just lay out your...
Okay, yep, no, that's all of them. Cool. That'll probably account for the next two. Great. Okay, so this is now plus 12. That should be a decent amount for Magnus the Beast Claw fight. Grab this grace. Only problem here is that this weapon is a little slow for this fight, and he has a couple of very dangerous attacks. I don't have a ton of physical resistance on my armor. On the other hand, we can definitely interrupt a lot of his attacks if he doesn't roll through them. I do have guard counters. Then again, I think he might be able to deal pretty impressive damage to a shield, so guard counters might not be that effective. We'll see. Yeah. Not quite what I wanted. R1 seems pretty effective, though. Then again, so do his incantations. That's the move I was hoping to avoid, so thankfully we did. Everyone's favorite big bonk. Why are you like this? Okay. I need to heal, and the only heal I have left is my Wondrous Physic, but that does give me extra strength, so... Nice. Okay, cool. Just about managed that one. So that's necessary for Varre's quests. From this point, we should be okay. Yeah, he's got a very hard-hitting weapon, and he's on Altus Plateau, which we're sort of underleveled for at this stage. I have his weapon now, but it doesn't make much of a difference. I'm pretty sure Great Stars is technically the same class of weapon as the one I'm using, though, so... In terms of the hammer versus hammer of it all, we did pretty well. Alright, we can hide in these bushes and walk away. Let's go fight Draconic Tree Sentinel if we can. If we can't, we can continue Varre's quest, do a little bit of leveling, come back, fight him, and then be in a position to start farming the weapon. I might take a bathroom break after this if we make it into Lanedell, and then we can come back and see if we can get hold of these battle hammers. Wonder if it might also be worth putting on Radagon's Source Seal, even though it does increase the damage we take. It also increases my HP by a reasonable amount. You might wonder, why am I letting it sit that way? Well, I have a half heal on my Wondrous Physic right now, so I should be healing before this fight begins anyway. I love the way they all go, huh! Just gonna go up through the legs of this one. Oh! You missed me. Okay, time for, hopefully, stance breaks. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a lot of damage. It's a fair bit of damage from that swing. Oh, and the fireballs do a fair bit too. Okay, you're doing the same follow-up. Okay. Ouch. Drink. Okay, follow up. Flask. Just really hoping for a stagger there. No chance. Nice. And for style points, the upward cut finisher. We're in! Honestly, there was not much to worry about there, but I'm glad we did it nonetheless. Playing cautiously means we probably do better in the long run. At this point, I'm quite happy with the damage we're dealing, so I'm going to put some more points into health, because we will need it against some of these duelist types. Oh, I have golden seeds as well. What am I doing? 3 golden seeds. And a hammer on a big stick. Sorry to invoke Christmas songs this side of December, but here we go. Alright, there's not far to go until the point at which we get a grace that we can farm from. At that point, I'm going to take a bit of a break. Just going to run to the bathroom, and then we'll come back and see if we can get hold of the battle hammer today. If we manage to get one quite quickly, we might go for 2, but I don't want to push our luck. We could always end up dual wielding the battle hammer and the brick hammer. I feel like those would pair together reasonably well, but I don't know if they properly power stance unless you have 2 of the exact same weapon. That isn't how it works with some of the other weapon classes, but these could be different, I don't know. Toot toot. The saxophonists here are pretty funny. Excuse me. Not today. I know you've got a big hammer, so have I. Now we're playing Assassin's Creed? Yes. Sassy Credo. Let's get the right flasks. Ooh, the guard counter, though. Ooh, the guard counter, though. Wasn't ready to bonk the shield. Jealous of my cooler hammer, yeah. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I was expecting. That right there. Even the damage of the beast. And roll. Runark. Runark, thank you. I think we've got 3 of those so far, maybe 4. Our favorite guy to bully. He's even got glowing eyes today. Corrected his posture. And this is the grace we're going to be farming from. So, I'm going to rest here. We're going to briefly take a break while I run to the bathroom. Melna's going to let us know that she's going to go wandering, and I'll be right back.
Thanks for bringing me to the base of the Erd Tree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent and the power to turn runes into strength. Here, with you, I wish you luck in realizing your ambition. You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.
Hello. Yeah, we need about 1,000 more runes. I think we need to drop those off here real quick. $30 vigor's pretty good. I think 30 will be fine. Right, so here's the fun part. We gotta go fight some duelists who are up here by the Colosseum, and this is another reason I think people don't like farming this weapon, because the spot to get to it is a bit of a run from the nearest Grace, and there's only a couple of enemies that you can feasibly fight for it. You can't use your horse. I don't think there's anything around here, no? There might be, like... there isn't even an item. I feel like I should leave a message. No item ahead. Leave that, like, here. No item ahead. Try right. There we go. We'll see if that randomly heals me at any point. In the meantime, this lad's here. And this is why I haven't popped the foul foot yet, because I want to know how easy it's going to be to fight these guys. And the answer is it's a reasonable challenge. Although they can be juggled, so there's that. Should write a message near the edge of a huge cliff saying treasure below. That's what everybody else in this game does. As somebody who played through this the first time completely offline because I was worried about getting invaded by other players, because I didn't realize it didn't work the way Dark Souls does, I am honestly a big fan of leaving helpful messages for people. Finally a worthy opponent, yeah. So this guy doesn't even drop the battle hammer, to my understanding, because he's got a different weapon. It's the one who's up by the Colosseum who drops the battle hammer. So not only do we not have a way to effectively respawn this guy without having to go back to that Grace, there's only really one dude that we can do this with. Oh, and now he's crushing my head, apparently. They kind of have ludicrous combos with these things as well, like... Look at this absolute beast. Stagger's pretty easy once you get a couple of charged heavies in, though. Didn't drop anything. Love that. So the only other way we could boost this is this guy. This is the guy we want. The only other way we could boost this, potentially, is to... get the, Silver Scarab Talisman, which is on the path to the Halig Tree. So we would have to beat Morgott, go to Mountaintops, go to Castle Sol, beat Niall, come back here and fight that guy. Is it just him? Thanks. No horse ahead. Yeah, thanks. Very cool seeing the city from this angle, though. Seeing the obvious boss door is obvious over there. Because, yeah, I think going the other way, there's just these guys, and then there's the spot where Gold Mask is if you've gotten this far in his quest line. But I don't think there's another guy. So it's just him. That's the Starfist, though. Another weapon I'm looking forward to, and will probably not be using for several years. So I guess, yeah, we just walk back to West Capital Rampart, run up there, and try again. The guy with the hammers is not too bad, because I think he staggers easily than the guy with the big axe. The guy with the big axe poises through more stuff. He has, like, better hyper armor. You have no clue what Goldmask's quest is? You know who Goldmask is? Or are you just otherwise uninformed about Elden Ring stuff? Yeah, so, if you want to follow Goldmask's quest line, you have to tell Corrin that he's on the bridge in Altus. That's how it starts. When Corrin leaves the Round Table hold, you basically go to him on Altus Plateau and say, hey, Goldmask is on this bridge. He follows Goldmask around for a bit. They both show up over there. Then they show up in Mountaintops, I think. You have to bring them the book that's hanging in the room where you fight Godfrey. And then, yeah, right after that, you have to learn Law of Regression and use it on a statue here in the capital so that it reveals a message that's a weird plot detail that I won't get into. Ouch. It's hammer versus hammer. Oh, we got a cloak. That's a fun one. Oh. Oh, it's good. So just as convoluted as every other quest in this game? Yeah. But basically it gives you one of the endings. It's like Fia's quest or whatever. If anything, it's a bit more like Dung Eaters because it really just involves going to different places and talking to people rather than like, oh, there's an optional boss you fight at the end of it or whatever, right? Yeah, so this is my problem. By warping back there, I've actually completely removed the Silver Pickled Foulfoot buff, so there's really no way I can permanently keep any increased chance of getting the items from these guys. I literally have to just go and fight them over and over again. This kind of looks like the battle axe I was wondering where Godfrey got hold of earlier. So I wonder if it's a Lanedale thing. Duelist Greaves. We can cosplay now. Might as well use another one of these, why not? Oh, ouch. I like how that attack comes out really fast and just instantly puts you on the ground. Like that one. He's just like immediately flattens you with it. See? Armor tint reminds you of verdigris a bit. It is a little bit. Alright, let's go back to Gostock. Let's give ourselves the best chance of getting hold of this relatively expediently. Because Gostock can sell you some more silver pickled foul feet. And I think there's probably a couple of other merchants that might have them, but...
I can I?
So we can buy these. He's got 3 of them. I forget where the other merchants are that have them, but there are some. And we'll just pop one every time we fight that guy. And if we don't get it, then we just keep fighting him. And yes, I'm definitely understanding how come people don't like this. It's not even Banished Knight all over, because we could fight one of those guys maybe every 30 seconds. It takes us like 2 minutes to set up to fight this guy. Might be a decent rune farm from just 2 people. At least I'm going to get good at fighting this enemy type specifically. It is a bit of a faff, yes. Second cloak, nice. You know, a faff, a whiff, a beef. A bit of a to-do. Somewhat troublesome. Okay, so another one of these. Another charged heavy. Splat. Quick heal. Quick foul foot. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Love that. Nothing. Now I realize exactly how many of my friends must be UK based for me to have picked up the term so casually, alright? This might be the entire next stream at this rate. Question is, do we think it is better to get the recipe for silver pickled fowlfoot and try and craft a bunch of them ourselves so that we can have the maximum possible chance or do we just roll with what poor luck we have? Depends on the crafting ingredients. You've got to farm birds for the feet, and then you've got to get fireflies in certain caves for the silver part. Some of them are a right faff, yes, correct. Don't know how the guy on the stairs doesn't hear his friend down the hill get brutally murdered. Enemies in this game are typically fairly oblivious, yeah. It's sort of like in Metal Gear when you snipe somebody in the head or something, or you tranquilize somebody and the body like falls, and then the guard is like, huh? And you're like, yeah, somebody was just shot. How many live fire training exercises do you have guarding this secret government base? That time he paused as if to say, something's not right. And then we came in like a wrecking ball. I'm going to laugh so much if that guy drops the hammer, even though he's not actually wielding one. I whiffed that time. Not that time, though. He almost had me. Okay, let's try again. Good thing I like the music in this game. I also think the moments of diegetic music are very cool. There's a couple of them in Lanedale. Like when you hear that kind of high note on all of the saxophones and then it's just the envoys. Or if you come through Lanedale the conventional way, using all of the elevators and going through all the rooms and whatnot, there is one guy who's just playing the flute in a courtyard. Haven't had a drop from the last couple. Let's give it a try again. Nothing. Let's level up. We'll put one in endurance because these weapons being heavy means they take a lot of stamina just to swing once. What's the increase with the silver thing? I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's something like 50% increase, but that's not like, it doesn't just add 50%, you know what I mean? It's 50% of the original drop chance. So if it's like a 5% drop, it raises it to like 7% or something like that, you know? Duelist Great Axe. Colossal weapon, standard. Comes with Endure instead of all of the cool moves he's doing with it. Increases discovery by 50 for 3 minutes. Yeah. The problem is the 3 minutes expires early if you warp to another grace. So either you've got to run down to the grace and run back again, and then come back up here. Or it's just going to expire no matter what because you've rested, which is rough. I'm going to quickly see if there's anywhere else I can get the silver fowl feet. Just by buying them, I mean. Base game. 3 can be bought from Gostock, Sage's Cave, Crafting Guide, Roa Fruit, Foulfoot, Silver Firefly. The some on Altus, further in the cemetery, whatever cemetery that is. There's at least one in Ray Lucaria. There's some in Stormvale. Not worth it. Not worth it. OP boss becoming playable only to be the weakest character ever? Yeah, kind of. I imagine the actual moveset for that Great Axe is a fun one because it's a colossal weapon. Watch now as when we eventually, sometime next year, get to the Duelist Great Axe run, and it just doesn't drop. At least we're farming runes 1,500 at a time. Yeah, there's no way I'm running back down that hill. We'll get a second axe before the hammer. Probably will. The problem is, I also don't think it's faster to run past the Great Axe guy to get to the Hammer guy, because I think the Great Axe guy is just going to follow me. So I do have to fight both of them, or wait for him to turn around. There isn't anybody on, like, that second tier of this hill, is there? There's not, like, another duelist just sort of hanging out somewhere. Thought he had me for a second there. Because, like, there's this bit here that we didn't go up before. Is there anything here? Oh, it's just a different way up this hill? Great. Thanks. Just a different way to sneak up on this guy again. It's also worth noting, if you look at the buffs in the top left, at the end of those icons is added an icon associated with the Shibriri's Woe talisman, which basically means that while I'm wearing this cloak, I am more likely to draw enemy aggro. Not that I'm unlikely to do that anyway, but it seems like they can probably detect you from slightly further away. Actual direct increase of the drop for the hammer from a foul foot alone is from about 4% to about 5.9%, assuming base discovery of 100. Yeah, my discovery won't be that high because I don't have... Well, my discovery will be 100 right now, most likely, because I don't have... I don't have any increase in arcane. Oh yeah, it's like 111, I guess. Yeah, 1 point for every arcane above 0. Yeah, but then like that's really not going to affect much. Also, this guy's going to see me because he's walking back down the hill now. Turns out that doesn't matter much. Actually ducked under the grab by doing that move. Amazing. Hey there, bud. Again, as long as we've got this formula that we can repeat over and over again, it doesn't strictly matter how long it takes. But God, this is taking a while. We're all set up, though. Tell you what, we better be happy with this weapon once we've farmed it. The brick hammer's been really fun so far, so I can't see this being not fun, but... Hasn't been an hour and a half yet. It has not. We will probably be wrapping up in half an hour or less here, because I do need to go and make dinner at some stage. Less than 2% increase probably isn't worth the grind to make Foul Feet, especially since I'm going to be using that increase maybe like once per Foul Foot. I might be able to manage twice if I walk back down the hill and rest at the Grace. But I don't think it's really saving us any time, you know? Is that enough to level again? Are we still on 16k? 17. One more pass at these lads. And then I think I may go and finish Varre's quest so we can at least get to Mogwin Palace and start leveling between streams, even if we don't end up farming this weapon between streams. No, you don't. Yeah, all of the envoys and the gargoyle just being like, did you see a tarnished come through here like 40 times? And they're like, doo-doo-doo. And then that's it. That's the bit. Okay, we can make that slightly faster by not doing the second stamp. Did let him swing once. Well, we're in it for the efficiency here. I see you walk back as well, or is it even funny if they only ever see you go in one direction? I'm never quite sure whether to interpret fast travel in video games as something that does transport you instantaneously, or if it's just, we saved you the trouble of walking there yourself, but the character definitely walked there themselves, you know? Just assume that you didn't fight anything on the way and that everything was fine. Crit number 2. Textbook. In Xenoblade Chronicles, they call it skip travel, and it's implied the characters do in fact walk the whole way there. Yeah. Guy on the steps should just be named Brick. Let's go and see Varre. Let's at least get the Mogwin Palace stuff out of the way. Lovely day in Leonia. The rich golden fog everywhere. How many bosses I plan on defeating this run? The bare minimum.
Now, for normally the blood of
Theoretically, we only have like 6 bosses left that we need to fight, or something like that. It's Godfrey, Morgott, Fire Giant, Godskin Duo, Malekith, Gideon, Godfrey, Elden Beast. That's like really all of the game that we have left, but we might end up fighting Moog to go and get the 2-handed talisman from the DLC. We'd have to fight Radahn as well if we did that, because we've only fought Godrick and Rennala so far. So yeah, about 1/10 of the amount that we beat in the previous run. But I'm very happy we've got an all bosses run under our belt.
Now, this no.
Can't touch this. Oh, we're getting some spiritual power from a horned warrior. Who are you?
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never it is what you have. Oh.
Varre being like, pull my finger. So we should get a new best time in the next stream. I mean, provided we have the weapon. And yeah, I genuinely don't know if this is going to be a fast run if we don't have the weapon. I thought Radahn and Mikola. Not on the stream aside from... no, we did that on astrologer's stuff because we did the whole DLC with slow XP. We didn't do absolutely every boss, but we did all of the significant ones. So like Midra, Bale, Consort Radahn, all of those. Guy over there's firing his laser. Get our smithing stone. Get the rune from right here. Probably double back and get this one as well. Ow. Alas, I am dead. Let's try that again. We did get the rune, I just needed to survive. But yeah, we could go and fight Moog once we've got the battle hammer and leveled it up some. But it would only really be to go and get the two-handed talisman, and I don't know if the diversion is worth it when we could probably manage. What is this? This is a smithing stone 6. Right, yeah. I remember. All of the cartwheeling and stuff immediately starts. It's so funny. Right, hup. Got any summons for this run? No, didn't plan on using any. In terms of, like, the critical path, like, the intended objectives of the game, we can absolutely crush with this weapon, provided that we're able to obtain it. The only ones I'm worried about summoning for now are fights where, or rather, like, circumstances in which we have an underpowered weapon, like more crossbows, or in fights where we have to rely on ranged attacks because it's a bow or a crossbow or whatever, and you have an enemy like Radagon who just parries them all. I've seen people do bow-only playthroughs where they have been able to fight Radagon solo with a bow, but they also get to pick which bow they use, which means they just pick the best bow. I do not have that luxury. Self-inflicted, obviously. Is it possible to win with only summons? I imagine so, now that the heal from afar spell was introduced with the DLC. Because the, cool, another cloak. It's my third cloak. The heal from afar spell was one of the strats people suggested using to fight Consort Radahn, because the Telu the Golem Smith summon could actually tank him. Great, another pair of pants. All we need now is the helmet and the wrist guards or whatever, and we have everything aside from the hammer. Spares, yeah, exactly. You always want to change your clothes just in case. Never know when an accident could happen. Yeah, like if you summoned Telu the Golem Smith and just used heal from afar constantly, he could actually do the Radahn fight for you initially. Then I think they rebalanced some stuff. But yeah, he could solo Radahn as long as you healed him. Which isn't soloing Radahn, but you know what I mean. I would honestly love there to be like a summoner type build in Elden Ring. Kind of like how Terraria has a summoner class. Yeah, we're trying to get this guy's weapons. And this is the earliest point in the game at which you can actually get them as drops. So... can do an only summons run after all weapons are done. I mean, it's difficult because I expect you could get some strats together for it, but the game really isn't set up that way. Like, you can only ever summon one thing per fight. So if it doesn't win, you'd probably just have to, like, die and then try again, I suppose. But you're relying quite heavily on, like, the AI. It'd feel more like a series of, like, you know how in some fighting games, in a lot of good fighting games, you can set up computer versus computer matchups? It'd basically be one of those, but in Elden Ring. AI versus AI, yeah. Alright, we'll do another 10 minutes of this. And that'll be 7:30 here, and I'll go make dinner. This is as much a hint to the game as anything else. But I can come back here and try and farm a little bit more, or we can farm levels in between streams. I just need to go to the round table hold and buy a bow. So I don't think I have a bow. Which means I should probably... yeah, we'll try these guys one more time. And then I'll quickly go and do the Clean Rot Knight duo fight so we can get the Gold Scarab Talisman. Because then at least you get to see that boss fight. Instead of these same guys over and over. I've done that boss fight off camera numerous times, so probably worth our while to do it on camera at least once this playthrough. What's for dinner? I think I'm probably going to make a chicken stir fry. We've got the chicken from when I roasted earlier in the week, so I think we need to use that up now. Yeah, let's go to Caelid quickly. Don't really have great inroads in Caelid, but we can go to Fort Faroth, jump over from Dragon Barrow, and then go that way. Yeah. Yeah, let's go and get the Gold Scarab Talisman, because at least that way I'm farming runes off camera with stuff I've acquired on stream. Shame we couldn't get the hammer right away, but we will get back to farming it. I will reserve the right to attempt it a couple more times off camera, but depends how much patience I've got this evening. And how much free time I have. Do have some Minecraft edits to do. I think we actually need to leave this way. Stir fry just as it is, or with rice? With noodles. Basically amounts to like a chicken yaki udon or something like that. I don't know the exact like terminology for it. It's just something that I've taken to making recently. Yeah, I have a lot of other rice dishes in my repertoire, so I like to make stuff with noodles. Especially udon. I like the texture of, like, really thick noodles. The alternative was ordering in tonight. But I think we've got the food that we need to use up, so we should probably use it up. Don't want it to go to waste. Can order in over the weekend. Depending on whether people are getting blown sideways outside, because it's going to be very windy in parts of the UK. I don't think it's going to get too bad down here, but we'll see. What do we need for levels now? Okay, about 1,000 again. We'll use one of these. And then one of those. When's the next Minecraft video? Good question. I just need to edit it and finish up the house. So, in theory, it will be done for the weekend, but in practice, who knows? I'm not rushing them these days. You may have noticed. Well, let's try this one again, shall we? Let's Oh, cool, I can't? Great. I always forget this about this cave. Let's, Okay, yeah, damage-wise we're fine in here. It's just not dying on the way, I suppose. Season 2, Episode 2 of Severance comes out tomorrow. I cannot wait. I need more from that show. Gonna be watching that with breakfast tomorrow, probably. And going, what? What show? It's called Severance. It's on Apple TV. Did that actually break his guard? Incredible. Shame I'm about to die. Just managed to get that heal in. Absolutely not. Yay, there it is. Okay, well, we managed. Despite everything, we managed. Cave flooded with poison, Miyazaki's favorite. Man does love a poison swamp. He is on record being like, I cannot help myself with the whole poison swamp thing. Right. With that done, we can go back here, farm some runes. Let's do one more round at Lanedale, just in case we can get it for the end of the stream, but I doubt it. We've got 5 minutes left. Yeah, I think we'll leave these on. I was going to put the Scarab Talisman on to get more runes, but I'm like, it's trivial when we're going to be farming them anyway. What am I farming, though? It's called the Battle Hammer. See you later, Honorific. Have a good one. what I have equipped. This is the brick hammer, which is only slightly different. But the whole point of this challenge is we're doing all the weapons in alphabetical order, so we'll end up using this weapon later. We'll probably learn quite a lot from the battle hammer about how we should be using the brick hammer, but I have a decent idea already. I think our current strategy is working for us. Hit things very hard. Whack stuff, yes. Play whack-a-mole with every enemy. When all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a mole. I think this guy actually has more health than the guy at the top of the stairs. He's taking 2 rounds of that to kill. This guy... Maybe it's because he's not wearing the cloak. Maybe he takes more damage instead of having, like, less health, strictly speaking. But... Bye, Sky Cruiser. Alright, this is the last one for the stream. But I think we've made some good progress regardless. We got ourselves into Lanedale. We're farming the weapon. We're farming runes. Provided that we get hold of this next stream, or before next stream, we might be able to finish out the game, as long as I know what I'm doing, which, you know, fat chance of that happening, really. This guy's not wearing the cloak either, though. He's just kind of wearing it as a loincloth, so I really don't know what his deal is. Yeah, we're definitely not getting 2 of these. Definitely not. Nope, nothing. Alright. Well, folks, we'll wrap things up there for tonight, and I will, at some stage, return to this. Oh, and we'll see if we get it on stream or off stream, but we will get the hammer, and we will complete the game with it. That is, as always, the goal. I'm going to send you folks over to somebody else who's streaming here on Twitch, who's out here playing some stuff. Oh, it's Cons' birthday. Let's go raid Cons. Cons Sevis, who we've raided before, who I met through Grady's community. She's currently fighting Radagon, so go wish her a happy birthday from me. You can, as always, use your pixel hype emotes in the hashtag pixelraid, but use some birthday emotes. Throw those in there as well. She's doing pretty well against Radagon from the looks of things, just needs to deal a little bit more damage. So, go say hi from me. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye for now.